Well, good morning. Welcome to Integrative Preparedness. How are you all today? I'm Steve Smith. For anybody who's new to us, and by the way, welcome to everybody who's new. We have had, I think we may have had a record month last month on new people joining both on YouTube and on Patreon. And it's good to have you here. You have come on to a good channel, and I say that because I try to give out good information, and we have good people on here. It's our people that make it so good. I've been at this for a long time, 40 or 50 years, and I try to pass on the what I've learned from my experiences so that you can be better prepared. And the whole concept of integrative preparedness is that we do everything in such a way that it not only prepares us to live well after a total collapse of everything, but improves our life today. It sets us apart, makes us independent from all of those external, interrelated systems over which we have little or no control, right? Okay, hey, if you haven't had your first cup of coffee today, go get it. Put me on pause and go get your first cup of coffee. If you have, get your second. This is my third. I've been up for a while doing a lot of stuff, and hopefully you're drinking it out of an integrative preparedness or Stonemont mug, because everything tastes better out of them. Okay, and I am. And let me take a sip and get started. And today I'm drinking drinking Blackout Espresso, sent to me by my good friend Mark Harrison, who is down in Tennessee watering his corn right now, and he says it is hot. It's been hot around here in Kansas, but I think we got a break today, and it's not too bad at all. So I want to talk about enemies. And are you prepared? Enemies inside and out. I just got done watching some news. I like to keep up on what's going on in the world, you know. You don't want to be consumed by it. You don't want to let it swat you back and forth, you know, emotionally like that. But you do want to keep an eye on what's happening in the world. You know, totally ignoring what's going on in the world is like trying to drive somewhere and ignoring the traffic around you, right? Okay. You don't want to let it affect you emotionally or mentally or all that, but you want to know what's out there and kind of what's going on. But that shouldn't affect your preparedness. Your preparedness should be solid, it should be consistent, and it should be aimed towards a final, what are you doing around here? A final goal of allowing you to live separate from the systems. So I want to talk about the enemies. Now we have plenty of enemies. We don't have as many enemies as we used to outside our borders. You realize that, right? Iran has been a little bit compromised in their ability to hurt us, and I think they might, I think they might be having a come to Jesus moment here. We will see what happens there, but we have a lot of enemies inside. And it's usually the enemies from inside that are going to cause you the most damage, because you don't see them coming. They are inside, whether they're inside your country, your company, your circle of friends, whatever it might be. Those are the people who are already inside, and they pose the greatest danger. And I'm going to talk about a few things that are going on, and then I'm going to tell you what I think the greatest danger is going to be, okay? All right. First off, well, hey, New York, did you see that New York City, the Democrats, it looks like a Muslim named, gosh, what was his name? Zoran Mamdani, is that it? I only read it a couple of times. Zoran Mamdani has won the Democrat primary for the mayor of New York, okay? Let's set that over here. He was born in Uganda, went to school in South Africa. I looked him up. And then his parents, I guess his parents were professionals. They moved to the United States. He went to school here. He was naturalized citizen about 6 years ago. He's been an assemblyman in New York, and now he has won the Democratic primary for New York mayor. And for those of you in small towns out there, do not think that this doesn't affect you. It does. It does. Okay. We can try to insulate ourselves as much as we want to, But what happens in the greater scheme of things eventually trickles down, and we end up dealing with some of it. So this gives us an idea. This is the canary in the coal mine. Okay, so Como, the idiot, he conceded, and this mom Donnie, he wants all sorts of things. He wants free buses. He wants government-run grocery stores. He wants the rent control. He wants a minimum wage of $30 an hour. He wants it all. He's a Democrat socialist, he says. Well, he's a Marxist. He's a communist. Okay, let's not mince words. So we have socialist Muslim taking over. And by what I mean by that is he had enough people voting for him. We have enough of our own citizens who have been swayed in this direction that they are taking our biggest city and the economic center point of our country in that direction. Okay? And like I say, the corn farmer in Two Corners, Nebraska may not think that it affects him. Yeah, it does. It does. So we have that. We know that, wow, I got a hornet around here. I've had a hornet that usually flies around my deck about 100 feet that way. I guess he's chased me over here now. He won't bother me. So we have, essentially Minnesota and Michigan have fallen to the Muslims. Never think that the growing Muslim population is not a danger to us, because within it, while I'm sure there are a lot of fine people who are Muslims, within it are thousands and thousands who hate our stinking guts and either want to kill us or convert us. Simple as that. Oh, Steve, you shouldn't say things like that. You're gonna butt hurt somebody. Well, I butt hurt some yesterday. Had to delete, had to ban a few more people who came on saying idiotic things. By the way, if you're new, you are with a great group of people here, but I want to tell you something. I don't put up with any silliness. If somebody is nice and if somebody's respectful and somebody leaves good, positive, helpful comments, great. That's what I love. If somebody comes on here and they say racist things, or if they or say hateful, or if they're argumentative, or if they're just a general asshat, I get rid of them, because I don't like to deal with them, and I don't like you good folks to have to deal with them either. Okay, so that's what we do here. This is like Stone Mod. Have you all read my books, the Stone Mod series? I'll tell you about them in a minute. But this is like Stone Mod. Everybody needs to act right, or they're gone. Simple as that. What a world! Wouldn't that be a great world if it were just like that? I'm gonna show you how to build your own Stone Mod here in a little bit. So we know that Minnesota, Michigan, and not you fine folks out in the state, but the state governments, the big cities, have been taken over. Right? And don't tell me. I've been up in St. Cloud, Minnesota. I thought I was in Somalia. Dearborn, Michigan, all this kind of stuff. And once they get a foothold, it goes. California's a lost cause. Washington State, what a beautiful part of our country, right? California, Oregon, Washington. We just got back from a trip from up there. What a beautiful place. How horribly it's been destroyed by the government, the people who have been able to take over the governments. And again, if they're able to take over the government, they are able to control the people underneath it. No matter how much you think that you're not a part of it, they are affecting you. You can either fight back or you can leave. And speaking of leaving, I thought I might show you that. There. Tried to leave one time before. Right? Okay. Those of you who think that war they like to call the Civil War, I talk a lot about this in my books. Was about slavery? Nope. Nope, not a thing. And if you want to see what's going on with our country right now, you might study that war a little bit more. So we have that. We have the militant Hispanic groups screaming for Aztlan through Reconquista as a result of our attempts to simply enforce our laws, right? Yeah. And it is causing, and I can tell you this from personal experience, it is causing some very fine people I know, to be very upset about what's going on in our country. Now, they're wrong, because we have a right to our borders. We have a right and we have a responsibility to enforce our laws. Simple as that. And so when people get upset at you for enforcing your laws, ask yourself, what does that mean? Are these people actually friends? Well, you don't consider them enemies, but if they are against our country enforcing their laws, what are they? And like I say, most of these are very fine people, but when you get into the militant groups, they are trying to bring down our country. So we have the Muslims, we have the militant Hispanics who think that we stole Aztlan from them. And now we have the latest possible race situation. What's his name? Carmelo Anthony. I've been telling you about the hatred that I'm seeing online, the growing hatred I'm seeing online, spread among certain elements of the black community. It's you all wouldn't believe it. I don't. I'm thinking about putting some of it up on the American Revival Patreon channel, but you all would not believe it if you don't see it. You would not believe the hatred. You would not believe you can go on TikTok and you can see 10 and 12 and 14-year-old kids, black kids, playing around with their Glocks and shooting each other. And you can see how far a certain element of our society has devolved. It is unbelievable. The hatred and the violence that is being directed toward white people. Okay, I'm not going to shy away from saying, hey, when they tell me they want to kill me, I'm not going to go, oh, I'd better not say that they said that, right? When they tell me that I stole everything from them, I'm not going to say, oh, I'd better not say that they said that. No, so now we have militant Muslims, and look what Ilhan Omar, what do they call her? Did Trump call her something? The mouse. What a great, yeah. We have Islam's on the rise in the United States. Aztlan's on the rise through Reconquista from militant Hispanics, and now we have a growing. And it is growing. And occasionally I will get comments on here from people that say, well, I'm black and this is not how blacks feel. I have watched more than 100 videos. You may not be aware of them. Good. You may not be aware of them. It may not be how you feel. I'm not saying it's how you feel. I'm saying I've watched hundreds of videos where these people are talking about, well, they're just expressing such hatred for the white race. You wouldn't believe it. And see, these are the seeds of what's going to grow. And now we have Carmelo Anthony, who has been indicted for first-degree murder, exactly like he should have been, right? exactly like he should have been. And people are already, getting upset about that. And boy, if he's convicted, it's just going to be another case of, see, a black guy was convicted of killing a white person. But if it had been the other way around, it wouldn't have happened. Bullshit. Bullshit. There's a lot of hatred out there, guys. And now I'm going to tell you who the most dangerous enemy within is. And that is, and there are some channels out there doing this, that no matter what our country does, no matter what Trump does or whatever we do, they are always bringing you a negative message. Always. Well, I want Trump should do this. And then when he does it, oh, I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know. I just have a feeling that this is bad. And it's like when after the B-2s bombed those places in Iran, these people, and I see because I check, I see the news outlets that they go to, that they get their information from, and they get it from CNN and MSNBC, and they come on a meeting and say, well, yeah, but Iran says it didn't do damage at all. It didn't hardly do any damage at all. And so see, these people who come off as if they're preppers immediately come out and pass on information from MSNBC and CNN that is contrary to the message our country. Now, I am not a homer in this, and what I mean by that, I'm not a person that roots for the home team no matter what. I mean, I love America. I love America what it's supposed to be. I also know that America has done a lot of things with which I disagree. I think that they got us into every war for money. I said that we were going to war when Jamie Dimon said we were going to war, because when certain people want a war, we're going to have a war. Now, I think that this war may have been cut short because things are evolving, and now the military-industrial complex is going to be able to make the money that it wants to make without sending a bunch of boots on the ground. Okay, all right, okay. But the enemy within that you have to be careful of are the people, whether it's news or YouTube channels or whatever, who are always telling you all the negative. Do you know why they do that? Let me take a sip while you ponder that important question. Here's the answer. They feed you negative information because they want to believe you to believe negative information, because they are negative people with not much going on in their lives. They can't stand the life they're living. And so they've decided to divorce themselves from all of these things and criticize everything that's happening out there. They will question everything. Except the end of the world. This is all the end of the world. This just proves it, no matter what it is. This proves it. This proves it. It's the end of the world, guys. Those people are very dangerous to you emotionally and mentally. I know a lot of people, and I'm saying this because I've had so many people come on and leave comments on my channel and saying, yeah, these fearmongers out there, they had me just wrapped up for years. I was a basket case because I was worried about everything that they told me to worry about. I spent thousands of dollars that I couldn't afford on preparedness crap and preparedness food and this and that and the other thing, because they had me so scared, because they're always negative. If you know a person, or if you watch a person who is always about the negative, watch that person. Ask yourself why they are doing that. And guess what? It's never for a positive reason. Now why am I saying all this? Because preparedness should be the most positive endeavor you are involved in, other than your relationship with the good Lord himself. You see, preparedness, and that's where we come at preparedness here on Integrative Preparedness. Preparedness, I say, is a responsibility. It is the ultimate responsibility and the ultimate irresponsibility. And as such, it cannot be approached negatively or out of fear. It has to be approached with a sense of responsibility and a sense of positivity that you are building your life in such a way that the negativity of the world will not impact you. That's what preparedness is. That's all it is. You need to insulate yourself from that. This might be a good time for me to show you the master plan. And if you're not familiar with me, I'm the guy that wrote the Stonemont series. These are my books, the Stonemont series, The Reversion, the Revival, the Renewal, An Appeal to Heaven, The Blessings of Freedom, Hostages to Fortune. And on Wings Like Eagles, I am in the middle of writing number 8. And I'm not telling you what the title is, but it's cool. And it's a story of a prepared family who, as a result of their preparedness, was able to not only continue living a high-quality life after a collapse of everything, but were able to also help other people and then start to rebuild community and society the way it should be instead of the way it's fallen to in our world today. And these, the first one came out in 2017, and they have been educating people and entertaining people. This is a great story. You would love the story. If you haven't read these yet, and you're really serious about preparedness, if you are concerned about what's going on in the world, and you want to know how to build that separateness for yourself and your family, I would suggest, if you haven't, this is the next thing you should do. Read this series. You will, first off, you'll love the story, you'll love the characters, but you'll learn more than you can imagine. Okay. Now there's 2 ways to get it. You can get them through Amazon. The link's right down below. And people have told me, so I'll pass this on to you, they say it is the best post-apocalyptic series they've ever read. I thank them for that, and I pass on their recommendation to you, my dear viewer. So as I said, one way is through Amazon. That link's down below. Now there is another way, and a better way in my opinion, because I love you to get them from me personally, but I have to give you a warning. And you can get them directly from me through our website, stonemont.us. That's also down listed below. And then if you do it that way, I sign each one for you. I write a note in each one for you. We give them to you at a discount. If you buy the whole set, you can't get the whole set as a set through Amazon, but you can get them through us at a discount because we save money when we send them off as a set. And then I throw in the Stonemont notebook, free from me to you. You will use this more than you can think to write your thoughts and your list and the things you learn from the book series. And I love it when you do that. But here's the thing that I have to warn you about. We have been for over a month now. We have been so snowed under with orders. Now we're running record sales on both Amazon and the website. But of course, our fulfillment is not, we're not up to speed like Amazon is. So for about a month, we've been running at least a month behind on order fulfillment. So if you order them from me, understand it's going to be a while. I love it when you do that. If you can be patient and wait a month or so, or however long, we're getting them out as fast as we can, okay? Then I hope you will order from me, because I love it when I get to see your name, right? To John, and then a message, and to Mary, whatever. But just, if you can be patient, I love it when you get them from me. If you can't be patient, get them from Amazon and get to learn. Or what you can do is you can buy the first one through Amazon and then order the second and the whole set from me. And then by the time you're done with the first book, probably, your set of books, signed books, will get to you. And then you can give that first one to a friend. You probably have a lot of friends who need to read it. So that's how you do it. You need to build a fortress around yourself because we have a lot of enemies. And sadly, most of the enemies are now inside the fence, inside the wire. Now to that, I also want to say, because people have brought up this possibility of sleeper cells, Iranian sleeper cells, or whoever, is that a possibility? Yeah, it's a possibility. Is it a probability? I don't know. At what point does a possibility become a probability? You decide. Yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility, and that's what we prepare for. Okay. So I do suggest that you keep yourself always in a state of readiness. Always be able to defend yourself. Carry a defensive tool of a sufficient size to be able to be effective. Okay, and keep your wits about you. We will see. We will see if anything's happen. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But if they don't and you're prepared, you won't be sorry. If they do and you're not prepared, going to change your life, right? If you have a life. Okay, that does it for today. I've got a lot to do. I've got books to sign, sending out more today, and a whole lot of books to write. I'm writing 2 different books right now, and a lot of other fun stuff. So I hope you all have a good day. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. Keep your wits about you. Keep your eyes open. Don't listen to negative people. And approach your responsibility of preparedness positively. Good? All right. You all have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.